All right, so here we have the ECX Torment. As you can see it right here. But we're having some transmission problems. So the way to get the transmission off of these is there's going to be a screw here. You got to pull this, you got to get that screw off right there. There's also going to be screws on the bottom right here that you're going to have to pop off. Grab a drill to do that. It's going to be 4 screws on the bottom. The one's closest to the back. Okay, there's that. And then you also have that one that I pointed out right here. Which is longer. So 4 on the bottom. 1 on the side right here, which is a little bit longer. Pop this out of the way. And then there's going to be 2 more up top, which are kind of hidden right inside of here. There's going to be 2 more right here somewhere. Once you look down there, they'll be straight up. They go down into the transmission to hold it. There's going to be 2 of those right there. Alright, so we got those out. Now we should be able to just kind of want to pull back, make sure you disconnect your motor wires. Kind of just give it a little pull back and it should pop right out. Alright, so now we have the whole setup right here. I have these on. I got this. These are aftermarket. They go with my thing. You can see they're a little wore out from time. So on here, you're going to have to take out this screw, any of the screws that are on this side of it. Unless you're trying to get to where the motor meets the spur gear right here, then you're going to have to take off 1, 2, 3 on this side. So let's pop these screws out and we'll see what we got messed up. So that top one that I just took out right there seems to be kind of long. So I kind of like to just set them up maybe in some kind of order. Like this one I have 1 long, 4 and 2. Alright, so that one's out. This one should be shorter. We got this one out right here. That one's a little bit shorter. I don't know if you guys can see those in the camera or not, but just going to put them in order. Top, then straight down to the right. Alright, so we got 3 screws out of there. Alright, so we got the 3 out of there. I don't think there should be anything else holding it on, but alright, so there you can see this is the cover right here. Now this is the inside of where the gears go. So looks like we have completely demolished the gear that goes in between right here. You can see as it has no threads left on it. 0 threads. So what we're going to do is we'll pop that out, which you can just pull on it straight out. There's also bearings and stuff in here. Oh, we got 2 gears that actually went bad. So it looks like we're going to have to take off the front cover to get into here so we can pop this gear off also. And then we have a full metal set that we're going to put in there. So let me get those off real fast. So there's 3 of these you got to pop off. I would have did it earlier, but I didn't know if that gear was shot or not, so now we'll have to do it. Most RC transmissions are pretty close to what, like this right here. Might not be the same getting it out, but they all should have 3 pretty much gears inside. Looks like I made this one a flathead. does not want to come out. Alright, that's out. Now this cover will pop off right there. Boom. So you need to take like what you use to keep your tires on. One of these right here. You need to pop this off. You gotta hold it with your finger. Make sure you remember exactly how these come off. So there's gonna be your little nut right here. So that's gonna pop off. Then you should have a spring. Then you should also have, this will pop off, but it has like a little piece of something in between the metal and that sticks on. So there's a metal plate, and there's also another metal plate right after that comes off. And then you can pop this back gear off right here. So now you can see that there is a sleeve and a washer, not a washer, but one of these right here. Bearings, bearing right there. So now this is out. And as you can see, the teeth are shredded on that. So what you have to do to get this off, I like to use like maybe a hammer. See if you can find something to beat on. Sometimes they come off pretty easy. That one actually came off just barely touching it. So you have to pop that off right there. Now let's see if we can find an all metal gear set. Alright, so now we have got a ECX all metal gear set. It looks like ECX 9001 is the model number on it. 2-wheel drive metal gear set. They're pretty expensive. It has the 3 gears that you need in it. So here's the gear that we're looking after right now. This is the one that's supposed to go on here. There's a little pin in here, as you guys can see. And this has a little slot for it. So take this, pop that on there. Boom. You can see right there that it's in the slot. You might want to give it a little tap just to make sure that it's seated. Seems like it's seated pretty good. So now we have this. We'll take this. We'll put the bearing back on. Bearing goes first. Like that. Make sure it's in there. Bearing. Your sleeve. So you got the gear, bearing, sleeve. Back through the hole that it came out of. There's another bearing on this side also. You'll need to make sure it's kept in there. Make sure it's in its spot. Alright, so now that gear is in. You gotta put your metal plate back on like that. Plate's on, no plate here. They have little slots in it, so you might have to do a little bit of spinning to get this metal plate to go on. Boom. So now the plate's on. Spring. Screw. Tighten back on. I like to just keep mine pretty much all the way tight. I'm not drag racing or nothing. So now that's on, back on. So all that's good. You see it's got the motor spinning, all that seems nice and tight. Now there's this gear, which is going to be the next gear in line, which comes off of this one, which is stripped. So we'll pop this pin out. Looks like we have a bearing failure. It might be part of the problem. Looks like we have a bearing shot out right here. As you can see, it's missing the top on there. So what I like to do to get these out sometimes is I'll just take like a flathead, put them on the table like this. Just get in there a little bit. Those will pop out pretty easy. Yep. Looks like both sets of bearings are shot. Both sets of bearings are no good. So now we gotta see if we got any more bearings. Looks like we have 2 different bearings right here. I don't know if they're any good. This is why I like to keep all the parts that I can. This is like my little tray full of screws. Every part possible, because you never know when you might need it. Okay, bearings going in. Now it's got both bearings in. There's one, there's the other. Has this rod goes through. Just like that, rod's through. There's a little spot for that rod to sit right here, as you can see, and then now you got next gear in there. This is pretty much all ready to go right here. So this would pop in here, just like that. Boom. All that's in there ready to go. Make sure you just double check everything. Some people like to put grease in there. I mean, I guess it's really up to you. As you can see right now, it's got a little bit of play, but on the back side of here, there's another spot to hold that in place. So we'll take this top, put that on. Now we took these out like this, so this one should go here. This one should be next, which I want to say is right here. And then this one went up top, I think right here. Then this is where that top piece comes in that we took off earlier. Alright, so that's all back together now. Sounds beautiful, seems smooth. So that is how you would change the gears and then just put it back on. You just kind of snap it in. This goes on the bottom. There's a little groove for this to fit into. Right here with the 4 slots. So you take that, kind of put it like this, and then jam it forward where this lines up underneath, and it's back in. But now I got to take these off of here and get them onto here. Since this is plastic, I don't want to put that inside there. So I'm going to take these off, put it back in the RC. So that's pretty much how to change out the gears on a ECX Torment. Any of their 2-wheel drive versions that are 1/10 scale, I think they all have the same transmission. All right, hope that helped. Thank you.